This video will cover the review and reflect for the topic of radical equations. For the review, we are asked to solve 2u squared plus 5u minus 3 is equal to 0. You may want to pause the video here so that you may attempt to answer the question on your own. Since this is a quadratic equation, we should first start to see if we can solve this by factoring. So I am going to factor by going 2u and u. Those are the only factors for 2u squared. Then I'm going to factor the negative 3. That can either be 1 or 3, or it could be where one of them has to be positive and the other one has to be negative. So it could be either one of these two choices. Because when I multiply these, I'll get my negative 3. The way I think about it is I need to make sure that what I get here in the middle when I multiply will subtract to 5. So if I sit there and just play with the numbers 1 and 3, if I put 3 here and 1 here, we will get 3u here and 2u down here. Well, if we add them, we'll get the 5, but we want to be able to subtract them and get the 5. So this is not going to be our factored that we want. So let's try the other way. We had tried 3 and 1, so now let's try 1 and 3. I will get 1u here, and I will get 6u here. The question is, can I subtract to get to 5? And the answer is yes. I want positive 5, so the 6 has to be positive, and the 1 has to be negative. That means the 3 has to be positive, and the 1 has to be negative. So we actually chose this top one right here. Now that we have factored, now we need to set it equal to 0, and we let each of the factors equal to 0. And then we solve for u. And our solution set will be 1/2 and negative 3. Now let's turn our attention to the reflect for the page. After the lecture videos, you will be able to solve radical equations, such as this one. Also, I want to mention that this radical equation could have also be written as the cube root of x squared plus 3x minus the cube root of 18 is equal to 0. So the first thing we did was just move this over to the other side, and that's how we got this equation here. How to solve something like this, we will discuss that in the lecture videos. And that concludes this video.